Hey everyone, how are you doing today? I hope that you're having an absolutely wonderful day. It is time to update my Child of the 80s project pan. This is always such a fun one to get ready for. I'm wearing that holographic eyeshadow that a bunch of people wanted to see from my swatching video from Glamshop. And I admit I didn't put it on very thick. It's a pretty flaky shadow, and I still ended up getting it all over my eye despite, or like my under eyes, despite using a glitter glue. So, I didn't go too ham with it, but hopefully you guys can see the really super fun effect that it has. I do think it's stronger in person. I'm looking at myself in the mirror over here, but hopefully you guys can see. If you are unacquainted with this project, it was started by Jaylon here on YouTube, and it is a Fantastic Ladies project. If you haven't heard of Fantastic Ladies before, they are a Facebook group, a pretty large one actually. They plan all sorts of panning projects for people to join on any of people's social medias, whether it's Instagram or social or social or Facebook or YouTube, or just to do along at home. So if you're looking for like just a really fun themed project, they have lots of them going all the time. This particular one is of course all about the 80s, therefore has 80s themed prompts, and we're working on 8 prompts at a time. Before I get into those, let's talk about the tea I'm drinking today. Can you see? No, I drank too much of it. It's green. No, maybe I'm drinking matcha latte. It's been my go-to. I've actually had a cold for the past several days. If you can see my peeling nose, I'm trying not to get too closely. So you can't see my peeling nose, but that's why, and why I probably sound a little croaky. Matcha latte has been my go-to. Okay, let's just go right into my update. For the prompt, Living on a Prayer, an item that is either close to being finished or an item that is close to being decluttered, I gave myself a goal of using this lip scrub from Wish 5 times. I've only used it 3 times, so this is still staying in the project. I'm still not a big fan. This is close to being decluttered, hence why I chose it. But it'll still be in the project for at least another month. For the prompt, 16 Candles, a product that makes all your wishes come true. I put in my Honest Beauty blush. I chose it for that prompt just because I love it so much. This is a really beautiful color. It's a color I can wear all year long, and I just love the formula. This is the shade Rose Pink. I gave myself a goal of using it 20 times. I'm currently at 11 times. I feel like I'll just get to a point where I reach goals on other blushes and I'll just finally be able to hit my goal on this one, but for now this is still staying in the project. For the prompt, the Goonies, an item that was hard or an adventure to find. I have my Sultry palette, and my goal is to use each shade 1 time, and I haven't touched this. I have been really into my panning projects and trying out some new shadows that have come into my collection, so I haven't even touched this yet. So this is staying in the project. I have it sitting out waiting for me to use it, so I haven't forgotten about it. I have just been, like I said, pretty focused on using other things, so I will eventually get around to using it. For the prompt, Dirty Dancing, a baby or a mini product, I have my Tarte primer. This is a Quench hydrating primer. I finally finished this. This has it been in since the beginning? If not close to it. It's taken me a stupidly long time to finish up this little primer. I'm so glad it's finally gone. So anyway, I have at least 1 rollout this time, and I'm very, very happy to say I finished this primer. For the Terminator, a product that just won't quit. I have been working on my Coty Airspun. I gave myself a goal of 50 uses on this one. I'm currently at 16 uses. This is a great time of year for me to work on powder, especially since I'm trying out a new foundation that oh, do I have hair on my face? No, it was a piece of hair on my phone. Especially as I'm trying out a new foundation that is very glowy. I'm trying out the new MAC Face and Body Studio Radiance foundation, and it makes me so glowy. I am not wearing any highlighter, and I tend to be glowy anyway, just with my own oiliness. This stuff I've needed to powder just to tone it down a little bit. So this has been, even though it is a very heavy hitting powder, like this stuff does not mess around, it has been welcome this summer. So anyway, this will be staying in for at least a couple more months. For the prompt, I've fallen and I can't get up, a product that you gave into buying. I chose my Milani blush. This is the shade Coral Crush. I'm wearing this blush today. It is, I went really heavy-handed for the 80s look, but it is actually a really, really beautiful formula, and I'm so glad that I gave into purchasing it, and I really like it for the summer. I normally don't wear it quite this intense, but I really enjoy it. I gave myself a goal of 10 uses, and I'm currently at 7. I will definitely be able to roll this out next time. I enjoy using it. For I Want My MTV, a product that reminds you of a song or musician, I chose this shade from Sydney Grace. This is the shade Blondie, and I gave myself a goal of using it 10 times. I've only used it twice. As I said, I have been very remiss in using my eyeshadows that are in projects but I'm not trying to pan. Definitely have not been reaching for this as much as I could, but the 2 times I've reached for it, I enjoy it. I really enjoy the Sydney Grace formula. So this will be in for a little while yet. And lastly, I got the prompt Simon Says, your choice, so I could just pick a product to work on. I chose one of my eyeshadow sticks. This is from Thrive Cosmetics. This is the Brilliant Eye Brightener in the shade Stella. I chose it because it's pretty old in my stash and it needs to get used up. You can see there's not very much left. I've been wearing it almost every time I wear eyeshadow on my inner corner. I'm not today because I wanted to use that holographic shadow, but usually I'm wearing this on my inner corner and in my brow bone. Speaking of, let's just real quick put it in the brow bone. I forgot. It's very 80s, isn't it, to have a pretty highlighted brow bone? There you go. That is one of those products that I know would take me quite a while to use up. I worked on it last year, didn't finish it despite using it a ton. So here's my progress. The middle line is where I was last month. That's where I am this month. Considering I didn't wear makeup as much this past in June as I did in May, that seems about right. But I know I'll be able to finish this up before this project ends in December. I'm going to keep plugging away on it and it will feel so good to use up a pretty old product. But that means the only product I'm moving out is this primer. So I get to roll for 1 new prompt. Of all of the prompts, I have 15 left. So I'm going to use random.org and roll numbers 1 through 15. And I got number 5. Number 5 is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. A product that's wild or outside your comfort zone. Oh dear. Okay, I'm going to pick something and I'll be right back for that. Okay, I immediately thought of a product I wanted to roll in for this. That is one of my Kaleidos palettes. This is the Futurism 5 Electro Turquoise. I've been trying to find ways to roll these Kaleidos palettes into my projects this year to make sure I get some good use out of them. And this one especially screams summer to me. When I look at it, I do feel intimidated. It's just not my normal color story, but whenever I use it, I really have fun with it. Since I'm trying not to overwhelm myself with eyeshadows, I'm just gonna give myself a goal of using each shade 1 time. I think that will be fine. Lately I've been feeling a little burned out, so I don't want to give myself something that I just won't do. So I think I can reach that goal. I've heard lots of people mention that this is their favorite Kaleidos 6-pan palette, and it is pretty great. It's pretty nice. I'm really looking forward to using it. Well, all right, everyone. That is my Child of the 80s update. Thank you guys so much for following along with this project. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for watching all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate that. It actually really helps with the algorithms and things when like YouTube notices when how long people watch your video. So thanks for sticking around to the end. And I rarely ever say this, but if you're watching this video and you aren't subscribed, I would appreciate it if you would. I'm getting closer to my goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your support. I still can't believe you guys are here with me. Just thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope all of you have an absolutely wonderful day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.